if we're thinking about the progression of the human race and creating more family. We're creating more healthy people, more healthy children. Yeah. Wouldn't it be better if the husband is not cheating and supporting the wife emotionally so they can have that healthy relationship and that for the children to see?
Okay, yeah. So you're talking about like nuclear families and the importance of building civilization. Yeah, the United States was built on the back of monogamy. You know what I mean? In the 50s, the white picket fence and everything else like that. But that doesn't change the fact that higher status men stepped out on their wives every now and then.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying in order to create that healthy family structure, I don't think it would be productive to do those urges. And also you were comparing us to animals, which is true because we are animals, like, right? Yeah. But we're also a little more evolved. We're not the same as animals. And the reason why I feel like
I'll answer it this way.
Much
I'll keep it simple.
It's healthier for the family
Because I get what you're saying, like, hey, well, cheating ruins the family. Correction. Female cheating ruins the family, not the male cheating. Because the problem is this. Men can't ensure their paternity. Women can. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, and this is why, we talked about this again yesterday, guys. Go check out the Tate interview. Since the beginning of time, men have valued virgin women. Why? Because it was the only way before social conventions and modern medicine for a guy to be able to ensure paternity. This is why guys are inherently repulsed by women that are promiscuous, women that dress a certain way, whatever it may be. The reason why guys slut shame women, actually it's not even guys, it's women that slut shame each other the most, is because a woman that is promiscuous is a bad bet for a man to take seriously because he can't ensure paternity. She might be running around banging everybody and he doesn't know if the kid is his. And every woman's biggest fear, let's keep it real, what's your biggest fear? Getting raped in an alley somewhere by some weirdo, right? Every man's biggest fear? Raising a child he thought was his and finding out later that it wasn't.
That doesn't compare at all, but... Because it's kind of like you raping his pockets.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
There you go.
Thank you.
Awesome. Super chats.
No. Hold on. Let me fucking finish, man. Because this is very important because she's using the lens of females, of a woman, to analyze everything in her life. Like, hey, well, why can't you stay committed to one guy? Hey, rape isn't the same on the female side for guys. I'm not undermining the fact that it is a terrible thing to happen to a woman. But what I am saying is the male equivalent is a man supporting a child he thought was his and investing his entire life in emotional bond, because men don't give emotions easily, but they will give them to children, to a child he thought was his and finding out later that it isn't. That's 18 years plus of being raped. So I get it where you're coming from, like, oh, it's not the same. Yeah, it might not be the same on paper, but that's the equivalent because men and women are very different. We have different fears, different things that we're concerned with. So to answer your question, when a woman cheats, it destroys the family. If a man cheats, it could be done in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. Because a man will not tolerate a woman that cheats on him. That's like the biggest, that's like the worst offense a woman can make to a guy. You know what I'm saying? Because men show love differently. We show it through supporting you, paying for your bills, taking care of you, whatever. A woman shows her love through fidelity. A man doesn't have to show his love through fidelity.
But I feel like if a man cheats, it kind of, if you guys have an open relationship, you're on the same board, right? But if you're expecting that you're going to be monogamous in your relationship and your man cheats, I feel like that kind of destroys you emotionally, especially if you're having that man's kids and you've been loyal to him. I feel like that kind of ruins the family structure. Whether if you were just loyal to her and were emotionally supportive and you had that healthy structure, it would just continue to be healthy.
What you're saying is how women should react to the situation.
Yeah, I'm just taking it from personally, like this is like my perspective.
Keep the family, yeah, and that's your perspective. But here's the thing: you're on a podcast, calmly talking with a bunch of us right now. If a man was to cheat on you, and you had invested 10, 15 years with this man, and you had children,
I'd be upset. Yes,
you'd be upset. And here's the thing:
I'm not saying that I would be upset. Yeah,
of course.
Definitely.
And the thing is that even though you're giving us the optimal situation, stay with the man and make it work because
I'm not saying that either.
Can you let me finish, please? Okay, good. And bringing a stepfather would probably fuck things up. You're saying optimally I would stay with the man. Let's keep it a stack. Most women don't do that. They just opt for the divorce. They know that if I leave the divorce, I'm going to get paid anyway. I don't have to deal with the guy, and I'm still going to get access to his resources. So it's a win-win. Now I'm separated from a man I dislike. I'm getting access to his resources, and I have the kids. So I win-win. So most women take the latter and don't stay with the father, not realizing that their personal choice, right, to exact some kind of revenge, hold the children as leverage. That's just the reality of how divorce court works nowadays. Women use their children as leverage to put the man in a very weak position, and they destroy him. You know what I'm saying? Now, best case scenario, no, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. I understand that this child needs his father, whatever. But a lot of women don't act that way. They act in an emotional state. This guy's pissed me off. I'm going to kill him and take him for everything he got. You got something?
But I think you're misquoting me. 'Cause I'm not.
I'm not saying that that's would be you.
I'm not saying that.
That's how men and women
I'm not
operate.
saying that you should stay. What my point is that if you're trying to create a healthy relationship, if you cheat on a person when you agree to monogamy and you already agreed on that, that doesn't really make sense. From the get, you should be like, I'm going to cheat because then we're both on the same page. And no one gets
but
hurt
things
and
change.
our
Men's
things fall
status
apart.
change. They make more money. You got to understand a man's value increases as he earns more and he gets older, right? Men tend to appreciate, right? And women tend to depreciate as they get older. I hate to say it like that, but that's just the reality. So what I'm saying is this. Modern women need to accept this fact. If you marry a man of a certain status and he steps out on you, it ain't that big a deal. A lot of women take it personal because you guys use the female lens to look at the world. And what I'm telling you is that there's another side to the lens. You guys are literally looking at the world one eye open like this, right? One eye Willie. And there's another lens to look at it, and that's the male lens. And a guy that cheats on you isn't the same as you cheating on him, right? Because if a man is taking care of you and paying for things, men can have sex detached. You guys on a balance of probabilities can't. So it's not the same egregious offense as it is for you. A lot of women tend to assign their mishaps on men when it's not the same way. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you're saying that women look at things with one eye open.
Yeah.
Okay, so feminine, masculine. Men are very different, and they both bring value.
Yeah.
So do you think you have both eye opens, or are you just looking from things from a male perspective?
No, I get it from the female perspective too, which is why I'm saying women need
So
to.
isn't there a balance between both? That it's kind of like in the middle, and the truth is not on one side or the other, but maybe there's something in the middle that we could more agree on.
Yeah, don't get caught cheating.
Yeah.
That's how the man takes the woman's view into consideration.
Yeah.
He goes out of his way to not get caught.
But here's the thing: the way to look at things, if you want to look at it from a constructive standpoint, you got to look at it from the male lens. We operate in logic and reason. I hate to say it like that, but women tend to operate from emotion. Hell,
Both are so important, though.
When it comes to building something, it's the male perspective that's more important. I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is.